Hello everybody, Velina here. It's day 96 of Authentic Transformation, and in today's video I would like to talk to you about how to relax when you really don't think you should be relaxing. And I specifically picked that title because it's so easy to relax when your feet are in a foot spa, or when you're lying reading your favorite book, or when you're taking a walk, or you're just simply sitting and breathing and relaxing. It's very easy. And this is more part of really taking care of yourself and being really good to yourself. But in today's video, what I really want to share with you is 3 very simple things that you can do when you think you shouldn't be relaxing. And the reason I'm using the word think is because 98% of the stress that we have and that we experience is a result of the thoughts that we're thinking. It's not really the situation or the people or the what is happening. It's our thoughts about it that causes the stress. And I know that when you're in a relaxed mind and when you're listening, you can understand that, and you know that very, very well. A simple example is, they say, for example, you have a pain in your stomach, or you maybe have a pain in your kidney. If you stress yourself over it, you can very easily think that you have a severe kidney infection or even kidney stones. And this thought alone can cause you a lot of stress. But this is only based on thoughts. It's not based on the actual fact. You don't know for a fact that you have that or not. It's the same whenever there's a different situation, whenever you think you might be late, whenever you think that something might not work out the way it should, or you think you lose control. I specifically use the example to lose control is because for me personally, this has been one of the biggest challenges to really learn to deal with and really let go of that feeling to constantly wanting to control not just the what people would do, but even the situations and things. And it's complete freedom to realize that the best control that you can actually have is to let go of control, and that is control on itself. But what I'm going to share with you now is 3 things that you could simply do to really relax when you think you shouldn't. It's the same even whenever you hear bad news on television or any mass media, which main agenda is to keep you fearful and stressed so they can sedate you with some horrid information. And today specifically I heard a lot of things about children being abused and malnourished and neglected, and then wars and things. And if I was actually really to feel that pain and the suffering that I know it's happening, I don't think anybody would actually be able to cope with it. It's just we hear about it, but in one way there's nothing we can do about, because we're not actually doing the war, but we know it's happening. We're not actually doing the damage, because I know that this particular situation that has happened is just really a series of unfortunate events. But the only thing that you have control over is really your life and your own response, and what you do with your own reality, and what you do with the people around you. This is the only place where you have control. And said even in a better way, you have the control to let go of control, where you really are more powerful. Because when you're in that relaxed, positive state, when you trust the process, when you trust God or universe or source, whatever you call it in your life, this is where you're most powerful. But there are moments when you know you're stressed, when you know you want to relax, but you think you shouldn't. So here are the 3 things that you can do. First of all, stop talking. Not just stop talking about it, but stop talking in that situation where you're at. Stop telling people what to do. Stop telling what might happen or might not happen. Just stop talking. By doing that, you will actually give your mind a rest, and you, in a way, let yourself be free of that noise that sometimes as women are very likely really to speak and talk, as they say, to release some kind of a stress. In some situation that is really helpful, but there is a different kind of voice. You know, the stressed voice that really comes here on the top of your voice, and there is this other voice that I'm talking to you now, which is more really me, which is really comes from your chest. And when you're talking from your chest, you're more relaxed. It really comes from your heart. But if your voice comes sort of here in the higher notes, is where the stress is very likely to grow. So if you can't stop talking, at least lower your voice and kind of move it a bit from your heart. That will help you to relax immediately. The second thing you can do is walk away. Of course, if there is a possibility for you to do so, I encourage you, if you're in a room where there's too much happening, or people are saying things or something, whatever, if possible, and if everything is actually working in such a way that you can't walk away, walk away. Even go to wash your hands. Check that the neighbor dog is not barking, or check whatever it is. Just, even if you have to invent a excuse in your head that you have to leave the room or leave the situation. And even if you do just for a couple of minutes, that will help you. This is a very simple technique. For example, I use it even whenever sometimes I would go in a room, my kids would have the living room in such a state that, of course, I wouldn't be able to relax, I wouldn't do anything. And what I started to notice is, first of all, if I'm actually not there telling them what to do, eventually everything comes back to normal without me saying anything. But you can use that technique on anything. You can use that one on anything, of course, if the circumstances allow you to walk away. And the third thing is, again, to breathe. To just, even if you're in a room, even if you are in a way having to interact with people or having to be in a situation, just take that time to take a few deep breaths when you feel stressed. The reason I'm saying this is so you can really give your brain some oxygen, and that oxygen will clear that fog, will clear the stress, will clear the worry in a way that it's amazing actually how easy it is to take a deep breath, and you're going to feel instant release. You're going to feel instant relief of some kind of a, maybe sometimes it's just a simple overwhelm. And even if you don't feel overwhelmed, you should still take a time to breathe deeply every day when possible. It's a really good technique to take, and I highly, highly encourage you to do so. So I hope those tips were helpful to you. I hope you're going to use them. And like I said, those are the times when you really have to relax, when you don't think you should, because those are the times when we really learn to be wise, to grow, to be strong, and use our intelligence to really respond to our reality instead of react to what's happening. So, as always, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you watching all my videos and being so kind. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And I would love to hear from you. If you have any techniques for relaxing in a situation where you feel stress, please leave them in the comments below. And I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye for now.